Let's do this. Oh shit! I may have hit the other sign as well. My brakes aren't as good. No, I hit the big sign.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered is a fantastic racing game. The driving, the cars, the handling, the chases, the map, the equipment, and the events are handled so meticulously well, and it all leads to an excellent racing package. If you want an exhilarating thrill ride where you have the skill, you can keep the pedal to the metal from start to finish. Starting with every racing game needs, cars. Both cops and racers have a large variety of vehicles in various categories. Racers and cops can access the same cars, so you won't feel left out if you want to use a specific car on either side of the law. There's the Sport, Performance, Super, Exotic, and Hyper series for racers, and for cops, there's Traffic Police, Highway Patrol, Rapid Deployment, Speed Enforcement, and Special Response. You unlock more cars and new car categories as you progress throughout the game, and certain events only allow specific car series to be used, which makes you experiment and understand all car categories. There's also no upgrade or progression system to keep track of, which at first makes the game seem kind of shallow, but in reality, it doesn't feel like it needs a progression system. All cars are usable once unlocked, so you do not need to grind your way to the top. There's also fun arcade-like physics in the game. You can take corners quickly, yet it does not feel overwhelming or overindulgent. The handling has the perfect blend of slippery yet heavy and can be improved and mastered over time. Cornering has a multitude of variables such as what car you're using, what speed you're driving, the type and the gradient of surface, and the type of corner such as a hairpin and 90-degree corners. Getting good at the game often requires knowing when to use the normal or handbrake, wherever to take the inside or the outside, and how much of the brake you need to apply. Everything above must be considered to take a corner as quickly and efficiently as possible. Too fast, you crash.
First corner, now it's mid-engine. I reckon I'm going to give it a bit of the old Scandinavian flick.
You can be too slow, take the corner less efficiently than you could have, and be overtaken. You may also want to hold the line and not slow down, as some corners don't require braking, but that's only through understanding the map and taking a risk. To get gold, you must also consider the equipment the game gives you as a cop and a racer. Starting with the racers, you have a spike strip, a jammer, an EMP, and a turbo, whereas cops have a spike strip and EMPs too, but have the ability to call on air support and barricades. All have unique uses and counterplays. The spike strip can be deployed behind you to make cars right on your back spin out of control and wreck races if you're a cop. The EMP requires a lock-on for a few seconds, but does excellent damage and slows the opposition. Using a jammer as a racer can help stop the opposing racers and cops from using their equipment against you. And the turbo is obvious.
It's so quick, it can destroy your entire face.
As a cop, you can call a helicopter that can drop a spike strip ahead of a racer, and you can deploy a barricade that, unless the racer can thread the needle, will crash into. The developers were brilliant in designing the equipment system, as each piece has unique plays and counterplays in the deployment, usage, and ability to counter enemy equipment. You may want to save the turbo for straight. However, as a cop, you may realize that to be true, so you may want to deploy a barricade. Racers may wish to use a jammer if they think someone will use a spike strip, and an opposing racer or cop being right in front of you is a dead giveaway that they will use a spike strip. However, once they've used the jammer, it will be the perfect opportunity to use the EMP, as it will be on cooldown, yet can stop an EMP. Racers can avoid blockades if they know the map well enough, as some blockades are deployed just before a shortcut starts. Falling on the shortcuts and corners, knowing the map is just as crucial as driving well and using equipment under the right circumstances. Shortcuts can help you save time and avoid enemy equipment usages like EMPs and blockades. It can also help you know when to go flat out and when to drive slower due to a more significant presence of tighter corners. Criterion Games also made the levels more interesting by having different equipment for different levels and races. You may only have spike strips as a cop, so you'll need to go faster than them to wreck them or use your car as a battering ram.
Come on, let's just get this job done.
There's a racing event where you only have access to EMPs, so if you want to slow down a racer or a cop, you'll need to drive slower and slipstream. The developers thought about the equipment well, and nothing feels too overpowered or underpowered, as they all have uses and counterplays. It also helps that the crashes, spinouts, and wrecks you may receive or deliver can be entertaining and cinematic, even though the game has no story. And trust me, you're going to be seeing a lot of crashes.
I'm putting together units ahead of your position. Maintain current route.
Overall, it's a great racing package. The maps and routes are well laid, encouraging the player to think and plan. There's a great variety of cars, all feeling unique and having an identity. The equipment in the game is well thought out. It has plenty of opportunities to be used in unique and exciting ways. And being a racer fleeing the cops and a cop hunting down racers feels both exhilarating and, above everything else, fun. This is Zach, not Zach, signing off. Please remember to like, favorite, and subscribe.